Hello, 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 everyone. It's your girl, She Nurses. Yes, it's me. It is I. It is she. I nurse, that's what I do. But I'm going to bring y'all the tea and a little bit of shade, too. So, y'all know how I do. I was just running through the internet, like I do, just seeing what the stories are for the day. And I came across a very interesting article here. So apparently, nurses in North Carolina can now be sued for following doctor's orders when they cause harm to the patient. Yes. Nurses in North Carolina can be sued for following doctor's orders. So let's get a little bit of the backstory. Let's just get up to speed on what's going on here. So, on October the 11th, 2010, a 3-year-old was admitted to a medical center in North Carolina for a scheduled procedure. And on her anesthesia team, it was the doctor and it was a nurse, a certified registered nurse. She was certified in, administering anesthesia. I'm just trying to talk in layman's terms here. So she was administered this induction medication by a mask. Okay, so that means she inhaled it and she eventually slipped into her semi-coma so the surgery can be performed on her. The muscles relaxed and they can do it. But she suddenly went into cardiac arrest. So gave her the medication via the mask. She went into cardiac arrest. That means her heart just stopped immediately. After 13 minutes, the doctor revived the child with CPR and resuscitation medication. But there was some irreparable damage done. In the end, the child suffered from permanent anoxic brain damage. That means she went too long without oxygen to her brain. She developed cerebral palsy because of this and a profound developmental delay. So, of course, her mother and guardian sued the hospital, they sued the doctor, and they sued the nurse. So the trial lasted for 3 months. It ended in February of 2016 with a hung jury. So they couldn't decide if all of them were at fault for what happened. The doctor's practice settled with the family. Although it was a hung jury, the doctor settled with the family. Now, later in May of 2018, the case against the nurse and the hospital was retried. This time, the jury found in favor of the nurse and in favor of the hospital based on a case that was established in 1932. It was a ruling, the Byrd ruling of 1932. Now, this says that nurses do not ordinarily have a separate duty of care when working under a physician's supervision. Except in certain cases of gross negligence, the ruling found the nurse could not be held liable if they were following a doctor's diagnosis or treatment plan. All right, this brings up what's going on in the present. So, based on this, the doctor settled, the nurse and the hospital were not liable according to the trial. And of course, the family appealed the ruling. The court upheld the ruling. So they took the case to the North Carolina Supreme Court. And the court is the one that struck down that 90-year-old ruling that protected nurses from liability. Okay, so of course, if they overrule something, if they overruled it, as I just said, now guess what? They're going to be heading right back to court since the law has changed. Under the new law, the nurse and the hospital are going right back to court. Now, let's go back to the nurses. I don't know how the nurses would feel about this. I don't know how they feel about this, should I say, because yes, things have changed. Nursing has evolved tremendously. And we do have the critical thinking skills to go against the doctor if we don't think that something that he ordered is appropriate for the patient. Like, I don't want to give 4 milligrams of morphine to a patient that is struggling to breathe. Because guess what? That morphine is only going to make breathing worse. So no, I'm not going to give that. I'll give you some Tylenol. I'll give you some ibuprofen or something like that, but you're not getting any more morphine. You see what I'm saying? But on the other hand, I'm pretty sure nurses are like, okay, so what if the doctor's orders is appropriate for the diagnosis and the treatment plan and something still goes wrong? Let me think of something. Okay, so what if the doctor says, okay, I'm going to start this patient on a new antibiotic. The old one's not working. And let's just say that patient hasn't had that antibiotic before. And they don't even know if they're allergic to it or not. I mean, we don't do like a small skin test or a small blood test to see if a patient is allergic to an antibiotic they've never had before. Excuse my heavy tongue this evening. Feels like I can't talk. So let's just say you give the patient the antibiotic and they have the worst reaction you can have. The worst allergic reaction you can have is an anaphylactic reaction where your throat is closing up. What if they have that type of reaction? I shouldn't be held responsible for that. It went right with the doctor's treatment plan and the diagnosis. I have blood cultures to back me up. Well, I should have. And, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think about that. Should nurses be liable for following doctor's orders? Let's talk about it. Because I don't know. I don't really know what to think about this. I don't. There's so many things happening in nursing, but you have to protect yourself. And a lot of nurses don't even like to get liability insurance because they say, a lot of the seasoned nurses I've worked with, they say, no, it puts a target on your back. Don't get liability insurance. Something happens, that's the first thing the lawyer is going to do is look and see if you have malpractice insurance. Don't do it. So a lot of nurses do not have it. The best thing, they gave some great tips on this article. Review your state's Nurse Practice Act. Know what you can and cannot do in your state. Go to your state Board of Nursing website and stay up to date on practice changes, okay? Do your continuing education. A lot of people, when people get licenses, certain licenses, you have to do continuing education. That means you have to continually be learning about something, and you have to show the State Board of Nursing proof that, yes, I have been doing continuing education. I am educating myself every 2 years, and here's my proof. This is what I learned. So you get CE credits is what we call them. You can join professional organizations that keep you up with the latest changes that are going on with nurses. You can look at nursing malpractice and legal liabilities. Keep yourself informed. CYA, cover your ASS. This is what I can tell you, okay? Because if North Carolina did it, I'm pretty sure all the other states are going to follow suit. Can almost guarantee it. So I just wanted to discuss that, put my little opinion out there, my little 2 cents. And y'all know what this month is. It is September. And those of you that have been following me from day one know what's going down this month. So post in those comments, you guys. Love y'all. Bye.